And another one, another huge loss for the SEC, as in some breaking news, the SEC's policy director, that is right, policy director, has just stepped down. This is a massive blunder for the SEC, and it seems that their destruction is inevitable. XRP and Ripple have already won. As we can see from Meta Lawman here, now that SAB 121 as well, Rappel, has passed the House and Senate on bipartisan votes, the high integrity move for Gary Gensler would be to withdraw SAB 121 and declare that the SEC will reconsider the guidance in consultation with bank regulators and other constituencies. But we know Gary Gensler, he's a clown, so this probably won't happen. Now there is still a belief that SAB 121 may get vetoed by the President of the United States, which could be very, very bad news. But regardless, it is inevitable that this is going to happen at some point sooner or later, because this isn't the only bullish bill that is incoming. As we can see from Paul Barron, this is massive bullish news. A third bill token, tokenized assets, deploying American Blockchain Acts of 2023, and in some huge news, this is another loss for Elizabeth Warren and her anti-crypto agenda and campaign, and also for Gary Gensler and his SEC, as not just was this bill successful, but it was a blowout, a massive win, 344 votes yes to 79 no's. Absolutely massive. Take a listen. The anti-crypto war is over.
The thing that surprises me is the speed in which we're seeing the flip occur. Here's Ron Hammond on one more statement about that bill there. Listen in.
Before we have the FIT bill next week, we do have another bill that's on crypto. It's called the Deploying Blockchain in America's Act. It's from Lisa Blunt Rochester, Democrat from Delaware. We also have Larry Bouchon, Republican from Indiana. This kind of solves a little bit of that question where it goes, you know what, if it's on blockchain matters generally, that's not even more financial services related. That's commerce. That's not your jurisdiction, SEC. Please butt out. And I think that's going to dovetail really well into FIT 21 next week.
This is the factor that starts to play out, possibly the dominoes that start to play out here in terms of crypto regulation. So all good news, and it's all happening next week.
So that is another bipartisan victory for crypto. Both sides of political parties siding together to push the SEC out of the way. And this will boost US blockchain technology and adoption. And because of the overwhelming support, 334 to 79, this bill won't get vetoed. Gary Gensler, nobody at this point can stop crypto and Ripple's innovation, their takeover. The banks and fintechs officially want this technology now. Through partnerships and contracts with fintechs, banks are neither prohibited or discouraged from providing crypto asset DLT banking services to make payments or deposits. The tracks are currently being laid for mainstream widespread adoption, and XRP is about to explode in value because Ripple have deeper, more powerful partnerships than most. For example, we can hear in this interview of Ripple CTO David Schwartz explaining to what extent does Ripple benefit from working with HSBC. Listen closely.
Market, something like $10 trillion by 2030, and the increases in tokenization. In the early days of Ripple, another thing I learned talking to banks is that a lot of banks don't care about payments, and they're looking at things like digital asset insurance. They're looking at tokenized commodities like gold. So I think those are tokenized securities. HSBC is extremely interested in those types of projects. They're right.
This is a growing institutional custody market expected to reach $10 trillion by 2030, just 6 years from now, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing. And it is for this reason that XRP has already won. They have Gary Gensler and the SEC in checkmate, and he is losing more and more powerful pieces one by one. The SEC is done for, they are crumbling, and XRP has already won. Get ready for a crypto and XRP God candle.